Well, good morning. It's another lovely day in Helmsdale, as you can see. Today's our last day. So what we're going to be doing is going south or clockwise down the NC500. We're going to have a look at Brora. We're going to drop into the Heritage Centre, have a walk along the beach, which should be quite bracing in this weather. And then we're going to have a look at Dunrobin Castle. So from the history of the northeast to the culture of the southeast of the route, I guess. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so we're just going south now to spend a day sort of between Helmsdale and Golspie. First stop is Brora. We're going to have a look at the Heritage Centre, hopefully have a walk on the beach, and it does look like a nice day for it. It's slightly warmer than yesterday, and I think then we're going to have a bite to eat somewhere and then have a look at Dunrobin Castle, which is, if everything we've read is correct, is going to be it's going to take us a little while, and then I think we're going to try out one of the local Indians tonight, Indian restaurants. So that's what we're up to today. Martin's doing a sterling job filming from the passenger seat. Although I haven't seen the result yet.
It's brilliant.
Of course. Couldn't have a better day for it, really. It's a gorgeous day again. Okay, well, we've had to rethink the day because the Heritage Centre at Brora was closed on a Monday and Tuesday, but we were met by a very nice gentleman who we had quite a chat with, and unfortunately the Klein List Distillery is closed as well. That's just closed, so we were disappointed to have missed that, but we decided just to come and have a stroll along the beach, which I think is down this way, although the tide might be in, which means we might not be able to do it, but we'll go and have a look, and there we go. A lot of cars around. We have to say that's one of the features of the week so far, is we haven't seen an awful lot of traffic, which is great. We are here in April though. It was Easter a week ago, so we're into mid-April now, so I think things would start picking up at that point, getting a bit busier. There we go. So let's get down to the beach. Hey, just walking down the steps on down to the beach. Thanks. So there's a golf course just behind us. Oh no, that's not part of the course, is it?
No,
that's the T there. So here we are, Brora Harbour, and we'll get down onto the beach wherever we can. So. are right down on Brora Beach. I have to say, if you like the fresh air, as I certainly do, this is absolutely glorious. Pretty much perfect early spring weather, and even though there's a slight breeze, it's very pleasant indeed, as you can probably see. Probably this video doesn't do it justice. There we go. Well, we've just walked what we thought was the length of Brora Beach, and it isn't. It seems to go on for a long old way, so I think we'll get as far as we feel comfortable and stroll back. Once again, really will be difficult to better these conditions for being out and about and for filming. It's just superb. Ahead of us is Dunrobin Castle. Earlier than we planned, but that's not a problem. We briefly stopped in Brora, have a comfort break, and stopped at a really nice parking bay, just right on the edge of the road and overlook the coast. It was fantastic. So, on into Brora. There it is, over there. Sorry, on into Dunrobin. That corner, but it's not. It must be around the next one. Yeah, stop. You're on. Okay. So here we go at Dunrobin Castle. So we'll have a good look round here. Probably have a cup of tea and a cake. And then back on up to Helmsdale, I would imagine. But let's go in here. I'll maybe tell you what we think later on. Walking into Dunrobin Castle. It's quite a bit of woodland and actually extensive gardens to the back, which we look forward to seeing, which I think go right down to the water if I've read the map correctly. So let's get on inside and take a look. Well, looks fairly impressive, I have to say. Let's get a closer look. Okay, so we're in Dunrobin Castle, and I think we decided to do a tour of the grounds, all the lights as it is, and the temperature, and go in the castle and perhaps have a nice cup of tea and a cake. So there we go. Good so far. Another fantastic view. Okay, so when I was researching this trip, this was the shot that everyone said you really need to take. So here it is, Dunrobin Castle from the gardens. great shot. And I keep saying it, just a fantastic day and fantastic light to be out and about and filming, so great. Anyway, okay, so we visited Dunrobin Castle, and I have to say that is well worth a visit. I may speak about that a little bit more in another video, but one of the certainly the highlights of the visit so far. Very impressive gardens and everything you expect in a stately home, and a very nice tea room as well, most importantly. And I've actually bought my wife a rather nice piece of Caithness glass, so she'll have got that by the time anyone sees this video. So we're a bit ahead of time. We're planning to have an Indian takeaway, or even to sit in tonight. So that obviously won't be open yet. It's about 4 o'clock, so we thought we'd go for a drive further south down the NC500 just to see what's around. So we're in Golspie at the moment. I think the plan is to get to Dornoch perhaps, and if there's anything interesting on the way then we'll pop in. Okay, so more later. Okay. So here we are en route into Dornoch. And I should say that the reason we're going south, or clockwise rather than north anti-clockwise, is because we actually drove into Helmsdale this way on the way up when we arrived, and it was getting dark, so we didn't really have a chance to appreciate the scenery around us, or actually where we were in terms of the NC500. So it's probably a good thing to do anyway. And of course, the scenery never disappoints, and I'm going to make no apologies for keep saying that, because it's absolutely true. Okay, so we just stopped in Dornoch to have a look around. Nice big square. We couldn't help noticing how the colour of the houses changed, so possibly using a different colour local stone. Let's just take a mooch around and see what we can find. Well, we heard all about this place, Cocoa Mountain in Dornoch. To my surprise, it's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday, and we're going to go in. We'll let you know what it's like. Okay, so here we are, the best hot chocolate in Scotland, apparently. Slightly surprised it's in a takeaway as we're sitting in, but hey ho, not to worry. So let's see what it's like. Well, yeah, that was absolutely lovely. Creamy on top, dark and bitter underneath, and as a non-hot chocolate drinker, I thoroughly enjoyed that. So here's one for Cocoa Mountain in Dornoch. Well, after a nice warming hot chocolate at Cocoa Mountain, we've actually wandered down to Dornoch Beach, which I have to say is a pleasant end of the day as far as visiting is concerned. There we go. Absolutely enormous beach, it just goes on forever. And the coastline over there is the Black Isle. It's harbour nest. It's a very, very pleasant evening. The wind's dropped a little bit. Still very fresh. It's just lovely. So, as I said, a very pleasant end to the day, and we're off to find something to eat in a minute. Which I think the plan is an Indian takeaway, or maybe even sit in and have a beer as well. So let's see. Anyway, there we go. That's the end of day 3, I think, on the North Coast 500, and we'll be back later on as we travel up north through Wick and Thurso onto where we stay at Port Skerra near Melbridge. So more later, and see you then.